Good morning, my friends. It is about 9:48 a.m. and I am driving out to my office location in West Virginia. I normally work from home remotely full-time, but I needed to go every once in a while. I have to go in and check in my office, and this is one of those days. So I am headed there now on this beautiful 70-degree morning in Virginia. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning was I've had several of my friends out there who have been accompanying me on my training and getting back into shape journey here that seem to misunderstand something. One of the things I want you guys to understand is I'm not getting in shape for a show or for any kind of specific thing. I'm just getting in shape for life. I used to be in really good shape until I had a surgery back in the year 2006 was my second life-saving surgery I had, where if you guys are familiar with the MMA wrestler Brock Lesnar, the MMA fighter and a WWE wrestler, he had the same thing I did. It was called diverticulitis. If you go to my notes section in the About Me part, I talk about it there, and there's a link to my blog. But basically I had to have two surgeries, 13 weeks apart, and then I was in the hospital for a couple months, and they had to remove 7 inches of my distended colon to fix the diverticulitis. And it came from bad nutrition when I was bodybuilding, not eating enough fiber and things like that. So I used to walk around before then at about 10% body fat all the time. I was always lean and ripped. I've been out of shape and fat ever since 2005. So for like the last, it's 2017, for that much time I've been out of shape. So I'm just getting back in shape for life. I'm going to get lean and stay lean. That's why I want to get 10%, and then from 10%, I'd like to go a little lower actually, and get to the point, because as we get older, you don't want to have a lot of excess weight on your joints and your connective tissues, your tendons, your joints, your ligaments, especially your ankles, your knees, your hips, and things like that. That stuff can be debilitating over time. Me being at 6 foot before, where I started this journey at 266, is way unhealthy, and I don't need to be carrying around extra fat, muscle that I don't need. So I'm cutting down to be as lean as possible. I don't know where my weight's going to end up. I've plateaued now at 233 and a half, and that's why we incorporated my nutritionist and coach Joey cut my calories down to by 200, and incorporated the fat burners and the cortisol blockers and stuff, because I need to get my body fat lower than it was before. So that's, again, I don't know where I'm going to end up by the time I hit 10% or less in August, but I know that that's where I will maintain and stay in shape the rest of my life. This isn't like I said, for a show or anything. The other part that people don't understand is when you're working out like this, it's a part of your life. You have to incorporate it just like you do getting up every day and taking a shower, getting up every day and go to work. It's not something like you're getting in shape for an event. Like a lot of people are like, oh, it's summer, I gotta lose my winter fat. No, it's an ongoing thing. It's just a part of your life. Same with eating healthy and doing the right thing. So a lot of people who are going along and been motivated by what I've been doing have been saying that they've been having troubles, they're hitting plateaus and stuff. Well, I'm going to give you the same advice that I did myself, and I can only give you the same advice that I took, which is that you have to get a good nutritionist, because everybody's nutrition plan is different. It has to be tailor-made for your body, your activity level, for what you do specifically. It can't be a generic thing, because everybody's body is different. Your metabolic levels are different, your physiology is different, and things like that. But without doing that, it's going to be very hard for you to lose weight. And again, appropriate exercise, appropriate nutrition, appropriate rest. The biggest part is solid nutrition. Without solid nutrition, you're not going to be able to burn off and keep off the fat. A lot of people go on these fad diets where they crash and they screw up their body's physiology by reducing calories. Guess what? That's not sustainable. A lot of these ones that where you just do a lot of shakes and stuff. Well, in bodybuilding, we do that when we can't eat real food. But to do it all the time is unsustainable unless you're planning to do that the rest of your life. There's no, okay, I'm going to do shakes for this much time, because as soon as you go and eat back to the normal way you were eating before, your body is going to go back and reallocate those fat cells that have been starving. All you're doing is shrinking those fat cells, and as soon as you repopulate them, you're gonna bounce back right to where you were. So it has to be a part of your lifestyle. It has to be something ongoing and continuous that you never stop. And as long as you understand and do that, you can stay in shape and fit for life. And that's it. I mean, but once you start this, it's got to just be an incorporated part of your life. And you always stay fit, you always stay trim, and you'll always stay in shape. So that's what the message I wanted to say today, because a lot of people seem to be struggling with the fact of understanding that. You have to have solid nutrition. You have to work out, 3 or 4 times a week. I work out 5 times a week and rest 2 days. Or actually, I do cardio 6 times a week, and I only work out with weights 4 times a week. And then I eat my solid, healthy, clean eating, and I also drink 1 to 2 gallons of water a day. Like I said, it's a lot to maintain, but once you get cut, it's a lot easier to do. Once your metabolism is going really, really fast, your body stores nutrients in better ways and it burns fat more efficiently. And so all of this cardio of 1 hour fasted, steady state cardio 3 times a week and 2 25-minute HIIT sessions I do right now will be dramatically reduced when I hit 10% body fat. I do not have to do that much cardio anymore. I will still have to eat clean, I will still have to lift, but I can also be a lot more generous with my eating. I won't have to eat as exact and as so clean as I do right now until I get to my goal, because once my metabolism is burning much more, I can have a lot more latitude in what I'm eating. It's just getting up into that point. So if you don't have a nutritionist and someone helping you with your nutrition, it's going to be very hard for you to accomplish your goals, because it has to be tailored to your body and who you are, your activity level, your job, what you do, your physiology, how much bone mass you have, how much muscle tissue you have, are you drinking enough water, are you getting enough sleep, are you working out at the right times, are you eating the right foods at the right times of day, what you eat before you work out, what you eat after you work out, what you eat right before bed. All of those things are important. And if you don't have someone guiding you along that, it's going to be very hard for you to tune your body and get that tuned to what you need to be able to achieve the goals you're doing. So if you don't have a nutritionist, mine is extremely busy, but I've tagged him in several posts. You can message Joey, or